The fundamentals are still very strong for PulseChain, baby dolls. Check out the PulseChain fundamentals here. I want to show you a comparison that I've put together here for you to give you an idea of how cheap PulseChain is. I don't care if people are saying, oh, the thing's poop, it can't do a 4,000x. There are people out there who get upset that people have high price targets for stuff they own. Who cares? Who cares about them? Don't worry, we're going to pump without them anyway. We don't need all of them. So check this out. In the top left, you'll see the names of the chains here, PulseChain and Cardano. Friends, PulseChain, whilst ETH-BTC is wrecked, whilst we have a corrupt Interpol attack on Richard Hart, whilst we have no Exchange 1 Tier 1 listings, all these disadvantages, we still did $20 million of daily volume on chain. 20 million, 20, 30 million, man. That's big. Cardano does 3 million. So we're literally doing 500%, 600% more activity on chain. We have pump ties and swapping. We've got a pDAI narrative. You got Tangang and Pokemons and Poker Dollars and all these other things going up, down, left, right, and the teddy bears and the Atrobas ecosystems. All this stuff, mindshares, throwing things around, right? You got the homies. And then what's Cardano got? Just the activity is lower. So what about the valuations? Friends, Cardano is worth 26 billion market cap. 26 billion. PulseChain is only 700 million. Remove the origin address. So there's a 37x difference. Now, you know, at one point it used to be 10x. I get it. Yeah, we're 10x undervalued. Now we're 37x undervalued. That's what happens. That's markets. That's why you don't over leverage yourself and you still participate. That's what I do. If you over leverage yourself, you can get forced out of your position. That's why you DCA long-term spot as much as you can. Look at the chart on the left, on the bottom left as well. This is the PLS, the channel, ready to pump up. This is me and Ricardo Corazon over here. Okay, so you can see PulseChain, friends, is a hidden gem ecosystem. So I don't really care if people say, oh, these things are stupid or whatever. Don't worry about them. And even in one of my recent videos I did for you yesterday, friends, I made a video. He hates PulseChain and he thinks you're retardio for holding it. So there is another gentle sir out here. He literally, like in the video, in this, he literally says, you guys are effing retardio and you're stupid because you have high price targets. And honestly, that's okay, sir. No, you know who you are. You're probably watching me as well. That's okay, bro. And there's even a post that he's done which shows from my Telegram after he posted the video. And yeah, there's some aggressive comments, right? I love Dutch people, by the way, and I love your Dutch cookies, the biscuit. It doesn't matter, bro. What's wrong with people having high targets? And like, I just want to remind you as well, sir, have you heard of Michael Chad Saylor? Do you know Michael Saylor's Bitcoin target is 130x higher from today? Do you know, if you want to talk market caps, do you want to know what a $13 million Bitcoin brings the market cap to? 250 trillion. Do you want to know the entire US economy right now is 22 trillion? Did you know that? The entire US GDP. That's right. If you had $22 trillion, you can afford America. You can actually buy America's GDP for the year. Okay, you literally own everybody. Now, so everybody gets to watch Michael Chad Saylor come out and say, Bitcoin's going to $13 million, 250 trillion market cap. And you're like, whoa. You're telling me your internet Ponzi that literally just digital pet rock, has no tech on it, no privacy on it, no stable coins on it. It just literally does nothing except sit there. You're telling me that's going to be worth 10 times more than the entire American GDP? Well, here's the thing, friends. I have Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. It's just, I'm sitting here. See, people believe him. And that's good for FOMO, for all of us. But think about it. Like, you believe him. Why? Because Bitcoin dominance has gone up. Because Bitcoin's price has gone up. Yeah? Because Bitcoin dominance has gone up, everyone just gives him a pass. They're like, oh yeah, cool, because Bitcoin's gone up. But you got to think about how flipped on the head it is. You have Willy Woo calling for a Bitcoin dominance of going to 90%. I'm trying to read the crowd here, and I am reading the crowd, okay? And I can see, wait, no one thinks or says you're ridiculous for even putting a growth rate of Bitcoin at plus 20% for that long period of time. Okay, you're ridiculous for that. Because here's the funny part, right? Friends, Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin and gold both correlate to global M2. Bitcoin has hyper volatility in the upside, right? So Bitcoin correlates to global M2 liquidity. Altcoins correlate to the business cycle. Okay, you got that? That's your friend Sommi stuff. Let's play some major music. Now, here's the thing. Michael Saylor's assumption, he says, Well, when Bitcoin crosses gold's market cap of 8 trillion, it's not going to grow at gold's growth rate of like 6 to 8% per year over 20 years. He says it's going to keep growing at 20% per year. And if you actually do the numbers on that, you get to a 250 trillion market cap over time. What's your basis for that? You go say, oh, no, it's just going to eat the world and keep doing it. No, bro. Altcoins are the infrastructure of Bitcoin. That's why, friends, I will strongly push back against that claim. But it doesn't matter. Everyone's allowed to have high targets, including people in PulseChain. And look at these fundamentals, by the way. Yeah? Look at those fundamentals. By the way, PulseChain's also doing more volume than XRP. XRP is a couple of 100 billion market cap. So we all know, friends, we're all long the business cycle. That's what we're all long for. And there are people bullish. Let them be bullish. It's good. And I just want to tell everyone as well, okay, you see, this is friends, there are a lot of cucks out here, okay? People think if you put a low number, you are now realistic. The lower the number, realistic. Okay, because it makes them feel comfortable with stuff like that. You're playing the whole game wrong. You know, in crypto, we can go to 0 in 2 seconds. You know that, right? So why are you letting your mind gravitate towards low number reward stuff? Why? You're literally doing yourself a disservice and you're heading into negative EV territory, expected value. Because if at any moment, it's sudden death, right? Your crypto can just go to 0 any moment. And we've seen many of them do, right? And just get abandoned. Okay, why are you hunting for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5s? That's not worth it. They're leverage trades, man. Why are you like risking all of that for just a 2, 3, 4, 5? You should be hunting for minimum 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. Hunting for that. It doesn't mean you necessarily get there. But if you're looking for something to do a 250x and it only does a 50, you still smash it. But if people out there are looking for a 5 and they only get a 2, well, guess what? They're risking their whole stack to just make a 2. You will eventually get destroyed. Case in point, look at pDAI. pDAI went to 0 twice. Why I think it's still worth it is because it's still 480x to $1, 450x. It's risking 1 for that upside. I don't know if it's going to get there. Look at PulseChain as well. PulseChain can go to 0 in 2 seconds, can't it? Okay, yeah, sweet. Well, PulseChain, if it did a 50 or 70x, actually, if it did 150x, it gets the Cardano. So if we went up here, friends, if we went up here, there you go, 60x stack price. So I just want to tell you something. PulseChain, Cardano, 2 cults. Yes, Cardano in 2020 had 10,000 daily active users. PulseChain has exactly 10,000 daily active users today. And I can show you the chart right now. And I made actually old posts on it. Man, this is the highest value content in crypto. Look, we are not even in the same solar system anymore. Not even in the same dimension. Who else is doing this for us, by the way? No one. I got to do this for us. Cardano, look at this. I got the quote here. September 9th, 2020 had 11,000 daily active users. Literally on this day. May 2021, 103,000. Metcalfe's law. Oh, your user base went up 10x. You should go up 100x in price. Thank you very much. It went up exactly 100x in price. What about PulseChain? Back here when I recorded it, 15,000 daily users. It's down to about 10,000 daily active users. If we can get that to 100 one day, the price will be going up. Now, it doesn't happen separately. They happen together. As the users join, the price goes up. It's a network. As the users leave, the prices go down. So I'm here to speculate that 10,000 daily users is very cheap and early for PulseChain. And look at the stuff we deal with as well, friends. So this is Charles Cuckinson in the cuck chair. Now, I mentioned this to you before. I've got to say it again. I am here to be the bigger man, the bigger pup, the bigger duck, squirrel, all the characters. The bigger man here. I will not judge Charles Cuckinson for the recent allegations that he's defrauded investors $650 million, okay? Personally, I think he's innocent. I don't know. I'll wait for the court and the judge and all that stuff. I believe you should treat people how you want to be treated. That's why, friends, I am the worst person. If anybody wants to like gossip about people, even one-on-one, I'm the worst person to do it with. I don't do it. I don't buy it back. You know, I do not speak about people unless I'm assuming they're literally in the room here with me. So if they're scum, I'll go, yeah, he's scum, and I'll tell him he's scum to his face. And he's never going to play with my game, boy. I'll say that. And also, if other people try to put other people down, I pretend like they're in their room with me. That's just me. Everyone knows this about me. So treat people how you want to be treated. And it's clear, friends, karma is being served cold to Charles right now. Okay? But I'm going to wait for the judge and the courts to do their job. So remember, friends, I'm just like, I think it's very clear. Charles right here. Okay, he may be a cuck, but I don't think he's a scammer. No. Okay. Remember, the whole premise of Cardano, it's meant to be like a super decentralized version of Ethereum, but they sacrifice like a lot of the Ethereum tech. And so no one really uses it as much, okay? It didn't have the network effect. That's why a lot of people use Ethereum. Now, Ethereum's going to have to like, have some growing teething pains where they're going to have to make things faster and things to catch up because Soylana is now eating their lunch, right? Now, it takes a bigger person to do this, doesn't it? Because Charles was come out, he said, Richard Hart, allegations, SEC, scamming investors, right? Said a lot of bad things, PulseChain and stuff out here. But that's all right, man. I get it. People judge and stuff all the time, don't take it personally, don't really care. But I'm just telling you, karma. How's it feel? How does it feel now? Now you know what it's like to literally have the entire world and Wanker Guru making posts that, oh yeah, there's allegations, and now you have Whale Fud. Shout out to Mr. Whale Fud. Now you've got him as well saying, oh, apparently you stole $650 million, right? So I'm here to lead by example. We'll treat people how I'd like to be treated, not passing judgment. I still think the guy is innocent. We'll see. And remember, friends, as well, Max Keiser, I was wrong about Richard Hart. So Richard wanted to debate Max Keiser at the top in 2021. 2 years later, SEC attacks Richard Hart. And then Max Keiser comes out and he says, ha ha ha, you're going to go to prison and get incarcerated. He was wrong. Okay, he's wrong, just to remind you as well. He was wrong. Richard Hart defeated the SEC and... Maxi Boo Keiser, big Bitcoin Maxi, believed in $100,000 Bitcoin back when it was $1. Okay. Maxi Boo Keiser is an ICO investor in Tether. Digital dog shit. When you think of Tether. USDT for trash. Tether is CBDC on the blockchain. Tether is for cucks. Tether dump all the yield for themselves and they keep it for themselves. If you hold Tether, you are a pencil neck, noodle arm, stand for nothing, paint your own fingernails, twink. And you skip leg day too. Okay? Tether, ICO investor, Max Keiser. Well done. Max Keiser says Vitalik should be in jail. That's funny. Hey, Max, you make a lot of money from Tether using Ethereum for its use case, don't you? That's funny. So the company you invest in makes you money by deploying on the chain whose founder you want to put in jail just because he made Ethereum. Very interesting how that works. So if you really were a man of principle, you should be selling your ICO. You should have sold it a long time ago. It's very interesting. So, like I said, friends, you just... actions speak louder than words, bro. Literally, I'm not making it up. He says yield is a sin and we got to put Vitalik in jail. He's been calling for Vitalik to go to jail for a long time. Okay. So your words mean nothing, bro. You are long making money from Vitalik. Okay. That tells me everything I need to know about you and everyone else involved as well. So there you go, friends. That's what they really think about Vitalik. Right? They say, thank you, 4,000 IQ alien. Thank you. While I sit in my hotel cuck chair. Very interesting. Aren't you glad that I can bring you this information? So yeah. Oh, you think Vitalik should go to jail, huh? Why are you long him then? Why are you like turbo bullish long him, everyone? I want to know why. Do you think he should go to jail? It's posturing, friends. It's posturing. Like, ha ha ha. No, Bitcoin maxis. I am of their strongest faith. That's really what it comes down to. Shout out to Matty Allen as well. Matty Allen has streamed with Wall Street Bets founder. Now, I haven't had a chance to watch his stream, but I don't know the context of what happened. I don't have any details at all. I just saw this. And look, friends, I know there's controversy. Just put it to rest, okay? I get it. It's controversial. Whatever. Just put it aside for 2 seconds. The point I'm showing you about is PulseChain's network effect is continuing to grow. You understand? So I don't know how high PulseChain can go. It can go 2% up. It can go 100x, 200x. I don't know. It could go 0, by the way. But if I'm thinking about it going up, is the probability of it rising, is the price rising, right? Is it getting better or worse? Well, to me, it's getting better, right? You can make your own decision, all right? Not financial advice. But for me, when I hear that Matty Allin with a PulseChain logo, who makes a Hex and PulseChain conference every year, when he is now forming a connection with Wall Street Bets founder, bridging out to Reddit and the stock market world, that's like increasing the probability more connections are being made. And that seems to me, that's a healthy network effect, growing. That is despite there being gatekeeping, Binance doesn't list us, Kraken doesn't list us, Gemini doesn't list us, BuyShit doesn't list us. Yes, Coinbase, Cuckbase, no one lists us. Okay, that means we're early. Look at this growing network effect. You see, slowly but surely, the PulseChain community is continuously expanding its network reach into the rest of the world. So ultimately, friends, you have to make a decision. Are you going to believe or not? Think about it. Are you here to believe or are you here to cheat your bags? You can cheat your bags and go, that's fine. I'm just telling you, that business cycle's been going down for a long time. It will be one hell of a disbelief hated pump for all the altcoins when they finally unleash. So I'm here to tell you, don't give any mind share to any soy boys. They need you and me. Soy boys need us, friends. Soy boys are weak, okay? They look in the mirror, they see flaily arms, pencil neck, noodle arms, skipping leg day. Okay? They don't inspire themselves by looking at themselves. They need us. They need our energy. You don't need them. They need you. They need me. The dark side of the soy will infect you, okay, if you give mindshare to soy boys. And think about it, okay? You don't want to hand out the slightest bit of alpha or eureka moments for everyone. Pretty much, when people are on the fence, you don't want the non-believer Jeets to get back in too fast. You treat people how you want to be treated. So if you see scum out there, don't reward it. Don't water it. Scum grows. You need lime-scented hand soap. And remember, the price is the ultimate arbiter of truth. So you can sit here. Everyone wants to debate Sommi. Come out, please. Debate. Twitter Spaces. Up, down, left, right. Who cares, bro? There's only one debate. It's called the price. Get that little hourglass. We'll come back in 3 months. And remember, most people, friends, they've actually made their own coffin. Okay, so just let them lay in it. People only change when they want to change. Okay? Spoony knows this more than most. Also, if you bring weak hand Jeets into your bags, they become a liability. Have you heard of a guy named Richard Hart? He knows that more than anyone else. And the guy thinks about certain words to use because he wants to target certain people. Just think about this concept as well. Friends, you know, I've taken that principle in my Telegram, YouTube, everything out here, all our friends and family here. We don't have any scum. It's a scum-free zone. It's literally soy-free. Every person accepts personal responsibility, okay? We all know how tough it is. We know nothing's guaranteed. If we take hits, we take hits. If it rains on us, it rains. We understand that. Everyone understands that. We don't blame anybody else. You're always on this like journey of improvement. You're like adapting to the market. You know, it's throwing lemons, you catch them and make some lemonade. It's throwing oranges, you catch it, you make some orange juice. It's throwing soy milk, you just literally matrix dodge it. You don't even touch it. You see, we learn this stuff over time. That's what I'm very proud of everyone in here because, friends, if you go to, I don't know if you've actually, don't bother doing this, but if you actually go to other groups of shot callers, of like the Soylana JPEG casino people, of, you know, like the leverage trader, the referral link shiller types. The groups are, the personalities of the people in there are totally different. There's more entitlement. There's more, oh, I lost because of you. Oh, when are this? And they're all like hungry, like, when are we gonna win? When they keep like asking that all the time, like very annoying. Okay, always, and it's always someone who didn't read stuff properly, and they're like, hey man, you said that this thing was gonna go up, it went down, and like I put $15,000 in this trade, and like I've lost 10,000. I remember even in Da Vinci's Telegram, I'd see that. I'm like, bro, did you literally not watch his video? He literally said, don't put more than like $100 or something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be around that, friends. So that's why I filter for stuff like that, because we're here to enjoy it. We're here to enjoy it, and we're here to believe. I want you to believe in something. So when Ethereum goes up, when the business cycle goes up, PulseChain will be slingshot leverage on ETH, rising up. The Pulse ETH ratio is still doing the same. PulseX is about 2.5x to get the sack price. I would enjoy a 30x rise from here. Here is PHEX, friends. PHEX is not 1 cent yet. Hopefully when it gets to 1 cent, we can start to dream about, 5 and 10 cent zone out here. We also have Incentive token, the greenest logo in crypto. It's almost $2. It'll be lovely if it goes back above 10 up here. You have Icosa slingshot leverage on Hex, which you still got to wait for. So all these things are coming around. You also have EHEX as well, friends. EHEX. Remember, if you want to look at EHEX as well, you can just look at the EHEX to PHEX ratio, which I'll show you. Just to give you an idea of like how people are, pricing this stuff in. So here it is. EHEX to PHEX is trending up. Is at 0.3. I guess, look, that's pretty much what did the market decide? The market decided that EHEX is further along the risk curve than PHEX. That's what the market decided, okay? Which means when the business cycle goes down, EHEX gets ravaged lower. When the business cycle goes up, EHEX is probably going to smack up. Don't know where it's going to hand out itself amongst parity or anything out here. Got no idea. The cult within a cult, pDAI, is still doing lovely. If I want to just check with you, remember, friends, I kept talking to you about the People's Bitcoin, pWBTC. It's right here. It's about $330. There's only 150,000 of them, remember? 30 or 40,000 owned by RH. Look at the ratio. Wow. I'm just going to give my friends, I'm going to take off my hat and I'm just going to swing it down. Isn't that what gentlemen do? You're welcome. So pWBTC, remember, friends, I was telling you, I was like, God, this is too expensive up here, bro. But that's because pDAI was cheap. So the ratio has just come down here. Remember, even here, give you a second and third chance. Out here, just showing you the ratio. Look at that. Just straight rejection off here. Here we come back in. Where's it going? Well, I think it's going to go to this fair value. And then people are probably going to buy it. And then something's going to happen where it goes. Now, how can that happen? Two ways, remember. Either the purple Bitcoin, people's Bitcoin, just dumps by itself. I don't think that's going to happen because it's strong on the price action. I think this scenario 2 is going to happen where pDAI is strong and it's rallying, and then people's Bitcoin can't catch up to it. It's trying to, but it can't do as many gains. That's how I think that happens. If you want to check out what does that actually mean, I'm going to show you right now. For it to get down here, that's about 50 to 60%. So it could be, just one example, pDAI goes up 10x from here to about 2.3 cents. And then pWBTC only goes up 5x, which that's still good. You're up to, it's $300 now. It goes up to like 1,800 or 1,700. So that's another way that ratio thing comes down. Okay, that's why these things are important, because when I was dunking in here, right, remember, friends, you use this ratio to tell you, oh, wow, pDAI is like cheap across every single spread, So we are still believing. We're waiting for the business cycle to continue. Treat people how you want to be treated. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.